Alrighty then, hey guys, what's up? It's me, Percy. So today, it's gonna be a hard one, and once again, I apologize for any city noise. I live in the city, so if you hear it, I'm sorry. But today's gonna be a little bit hard, just because it's a bit of a challenge for me, and so a lot have been requesting this character, so I thought, why not? Let's go ahead and do it. We're gonna draw Tadashi from Big Hero 6. So first things first, I'm the realist. No, none of that. Alright, what we want to go ahead and do is at least go ahead and just shape out his actual structure of his face. So, okay, I'm going to make this little diagonal line first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out over here like that. And then I'm going to come straight down. This is going to look very boxy at first, okay? And then I'm going to come down here, make another little box. I'm going to come up from there, make another little box. And then I'm going to come up from here, make another side of my box. And then what I'm going to do from right here is I'm just going to go ahead and give this overall shape and connect to over here. Okay, so it's basically like setting up an actual head. Like there's the start of my circle. And of course, in this reference made by Jin Kim, who I'm pretty sure is the original concept artist for Big Hero 6. So it is a concept sketch and everything. So when I set up my concept sketch, of course I'm going to go ahead and like lay out where I want my nose and my eyes and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and bring down the middle line for where I want my nose to go. And of course, since his right eye is kind of off to the side and it's taking up the entirety of his right side of his face since his face is turned, I'm just going to go ahead and say that my bottom eye line is here and my top eye line is going to be somewhere in here like that. So there we go, I set up my face. Like I said before, all faces are puzzles and we just have to put them together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and at least figure out where his eyes are going to be, and this is all going to be like roughly laid out until we can go ahead and start giving final guidelines. So I'm going to come off to the side of his nose right here, and his top eyelid will start here, and then I'm going to come underneath right here, and his bottom eyelid will be along the bottom of the bottom line, our bottom eye line, of course. Then I want to just go ahead and roughly lay out where the other side of his eye is going to be, the left side. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the rough sketch of the shape of his eye. And once again, this is all is going to be changed later. So I make this, I'm going to come off just a little bit off to the side right here, make a line that goes upward, make my top line, and then I'm just going to kind of come right underneath here like that, and making sure I'm staying symmetrical with the other side of my eye. And then after my bottom line, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of curve inward like this with his eye. So I'm seeing that they do look like the same size and everything for right now. Now, a thing with his left eye is his nose ridge is actually cutting off the side of his eye. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and start my eyebrow line, which is going to start right here. So here's my eyebrow line. I'm going to come down from the edge of my eyebrow, and I'm cutting off that side of the eye like that. And then of course I'm going to come off to the side, so I go boop, boop, yeah. And then I come out and down like this. Okay. Making sure, yep, alright, cool. Alright, so I come down like this. And Tadashi has a very interesting nose, kind of like Kristoff, you know, it just gives them a little more character if they have different noses instead of just normal noses. But with Tadashi's nose, you kind of just come off the side, here's the ridge, here's the ridge, and then it's like that. So if I go ahead and I get rid of some of my marks, little sketchy marks, you can see the distinct like angles in the ridge of his nose. Like here's my eyebrow, make that. Like there are different angles going on for right now. Alright, and then I'm just going to come underneath right here. Like that. Just like that for right now. And then I'm going to come off to the side right here, and I'm going to give him his nostril. Then I'm going to come off down here and give him the side of his nostril. Whatever, nose. And then I'm going to come on top like that, right from the corner of his nose, just like that. Fill us in, and there we have his nose so far. Awesome. Now, Alright, so now that we have like these rough guidelines, we can go ahead and at least smooth them out just a little bit so they're a little bit more curvier and not as boxy, just like that. Ta-da! Awesome. Now, let's go ahead and at least finish off this side of his eye for right now. So we have a pretty thick eyelid line right here just to indicate his eyelashes. And then I got a little bit of an eyelid line right there. So then I'm going to come off to the side. I'm going to jump inside for his pupil. And once again, his actual eyelid, his eye is on the side of his face. So I curve this a little bit more inward. And then for his pupil, I'm just going to jump inside. Pretty simple. Almost takes up the entirety of his eye. It's just a weird looking oval inside. In the reference, it doesn't particularly show any like shine or pupil, but you go ahead for Jin Kim's actual sketch, and it's just a little bit of dark. And of course later we can go in and shade in the pupils and everything. Okay, now let's go ahead and just jump over to the other side of his eye, but first I want to kind of line where his eyebrow is going to go. In this particular sketch he is a little bit happy, so his eyebrows are raised upward. So I got my eyebrow over here, so I want to stay symmetrical. That's above this eye. So I want to go ahead and roughly lay out my eyebrow right there. So then I'm going to go ahead, and his eyebrow is literally a rectangle, and then it goes down into this like little claw. So it looks like a claw. And then from over here, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and at least finish the side of his eyebrow. Just like that. Make sure they're nice and symmetrical and everything's lining up. Fantastical. Alright, now I want to go ahead and at least, start laying out his other eye. So I'm going to come inside like this, make his top eyelid a little bit more thicker. Am I still symmetrical? Yes, I am. Alright, the thing about Tadashi's other eye is we do see he is a very thin line indicating the edge of his eye over here like this. And then of course I'm going to make this a little bit more. Okay, for his bottom eyelid I am going to curve it slightly, just a little bit more. Like that, just because it's smiling, and I want to make sure that I'm still symmetrical, sort of. Okay, see, I'm always continuously trying to stay symmetrical like that. So it is not as rounded, but it's definitely like curved upward in a little ways. And of course it leads up into this one, which is also curved inward, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to come inside. I'm going to go ahead and give him his pupil. Now his pupil is off to the side, like he's looking off into the right direction. And it does not come all the way down to his bottom eyelid. So it just comes upward. And you want to, it's a little bit, it's almost off to the side because it's definitely looking over. Just like that. Alright. And then make his eyelid a little bit more thicker for his eyelash, and he has a little bit of an eyelid line right there like that, just like that. And I give a little bit more indication of his eyelid. Once again, it just colored in the pupil, and that's when you would go in and adjust a little bit here and there and everything. Okay, I'm gonna kind of cover up some of these, clear up some of these horrible sketch marks. Alright, next is in this cool little sketch we do see a little bit of something that we don't really see in the other like concept sketches and everything. From his eyelid we have a little bit of a nose ridge line just coming down like a little itty bitty ghost line, just like that. And of course there is like this ghost line of the actual bottom eyelid eye line going on. So it starts from the corner of his eyebrow and just comes down to the side just like that. Of course this will meet up with that just like all other noses. So next what I want to do is at least go ahead and give him his mouth. So I'm going to come down a little bit from his nose. So I'm going to come about right here like that. So I come down just right here, okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the top line of his mouth curved upward like that. And then after I make his top lip line, I'm going to come a little bit inward right here and start curving down like this. Alright, then from there, make that a little bit more straighter as opposed to curved. I'm going to come upward and connect to the other side of his mouth, just like that, right? Then after that, what I want to do is I want to come just a little bit inward, leaving that little itty bitty space of negative space. I'm going to bring down the teeth line, and it's going to go straight back into his mouth like that. Awesome. Now I'm going to come inside right here and just give a little bit of a hill in here and fill in the negative space with some darkness. And there we have his lip. And then I'm going to curve it inward just a little bit like that. And then I'm going to come underneath the bottom line. Okay, next what we want to do is we want to go ahead and at least shape up his face a little bit more. So we have the side of his face right here, and it starts at the edge of his eye, this side of his face, and then we'll go straight up like that. Okay, and then of course the rest of his face starts from his eye. Once again, this is the side of his face, so we're going to come down from the bottom and then I'm going to go ahead, round that off just a little bit. I'm still going to keep these general guidelines of his face, but I'm just going to make them a little bit more curvier. And for his chin does come out just a little bit, so I curved it outward just a little bit like that. Alright, and I'm going to come inward, once again just rounding it out like this, and give him a little bit more of a cheekbone. And then for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and give a little bit of a guideline of his ear. So once again, it's just a backward C off to the side. Okay, and now I'm going to build up around his ear, make his hair. Okay, from his ear, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down like right here and start there for his actual little sideburn. He doesn't have that long of sideburns. So I'm going to come upward, and then this will all be roughly placed out once again. So here's my sideburn. I'm going to come outward like this. Okay, then I want to start from over here, because his general guideline of his hair is going to start, it just loops around right here. And then we're going to jump in the middle for right now. And I know there's a piece of hair that covers like the corner of his eyebrow like that. So I'm going to go ahead and make that spot right there. So here's a weird looking triangle like that. And then this is like the part of his hair like that. So this is all forehead, and then it goes into ginormous hair. Okay, so next what I want to do is I want to come from behind his ear, because here's the beginning of his hairline, and it goes, so we just go straight from the top of his ear, and then we're going to round this out later and just make the edges not as boxy. So I'm going to come out once again off to the side, and then we have a little bit of a midsection, but I'm still going to come out from the top, and then that's when I curve downward like this, curve outward like that. Okay, now I'm going to stop, and then that's when I'm going to come back to over here where his eyebrow is, and that's when I'm going to come off to the side right there like that, come inward and then go inward here, just like that, and start connecting it all together. Awesome. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of these sketch marks. Alright, so remember how I said we were going to round it off and everything? Well, we're going to do that now. Just go ahead and round the corners a little bit more. Not, of course, these stray like marks and everything from his hair, but everywhere else, yes. But in this section, it's like a couple of other little triangles, you know, just showing like different sections of hair, giving that general look of bangs like that. Okay, just like that. And you just want to add a couple more, you know, give it a more like realistic look, more feeling of hair as opposed to a bunch of crazy triangles and everything. And of course his hair is dark, so you definitely want to go in and color his hair black. Now he has this really cute like little bit of like a cow, I don't know, a cowlick on top, I don't know. But what you want to do in this little section that I left open, we're gonna make a little hair right here coming off the side, and then we're gonna make a little hair coming up from the top over there like that. And once again, I am trying just to round my corners a little bit more like that. Very cute Tadashi. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and give his shape a little bit more character. His ear is a little bit more boxier, so I go in and give a lot of more angles, come down from there inward, and I can keep at least the round lobe at the bottom. And then I'm going to jump inside, give him that overall one line, come down from that line and make a little box like that, and then we curve upward and this way like this, and then I make a little line indicating the inside of his ear like that. Okay, to make Tadashi not look like some weird looking floating head, I do want to go ahead and at least give him a neck and his shirt and finish out Jin Kim's, the rest of his awesome sketch from Big Hero 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down from his chin right here, and I'm going to curve outward that way. Then I'm going to come right from his ear here, and I'm just going to start curving downward, straight down for right now, and then I'm going to curve a little bit inward like this. Good strong neck. After the strong neck, I do want to come from behind this line right here and outward like that, and then from over here go ahead and give a guideline of his other shoulder. Okay, and I'm just gonna bring this down for right now because we'll get to that eventually. So then after that, let's go ahead and give him at least his neckline. So his neckline, the neckline of his actual shirt, so his neckline is going to be roughly around here. So I want to go ahead and give him more detail to his neck. So I'm gonna make this a little bit more outward. Okay, to indicate a strong neck, we have one line coming right here, like that. And then I'm gonna come from, okay, we're gonna start at this corner, just a little bit down. I'm gonna bring a line down just like that. And then I'm gonna come underneath like it's connecting, showing the starting point of his collarbone, like that. Nice, strong, muscular neck. Oh, Tadashi, he's so gorgeous. Anyways, okay, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna come underneath. Okay, I've decided that this is going to be the bottom of his shirt neckline, and I'm gonna come up and give him the collar of his shirt, just like that. And then that's when I'm gonna come from over here and I'm gonna cut off that section of his shirt, and then I'm gonna come off to the side as well, just like that. And then I'm gonna come off to the side, bring it down like this, go ahead and erase these marks from our original shirt line, that. Okay, there's his indicating his sweater. And then I'm just gonna come over here and just give a little bit of a line coming off to the side over here, indicating that, you know, it's his shoulder. You see how I boxed it off? And this is chest and everything. It all just flows together. There we go, like he's wearing some gorgeous outfit and everything. Alrighty then, there you go guys. There is gorgeous Tadashi from Big Hero 6. And once again, my reference was the actual concept art from Big Hero 6 and Jin Kim. So I thought you guys have been asking. I feel like we should do more men just because I've taught you how to draw a lot of girl characters. So maybe we'll get into more men and everything, and maybe we'll even get around to Flynn Rider and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye!